What's up, everybody? I do have some Funko Pops that I want to share in this video, but before I get to them, I do want to share something else that I purchased recently. Now, not long after I started collecting Funko Pops, it seemed like some other companies wanted to try to compete with Funko. For example, Quantum Mechanics, they started doing their Q Pops, which they ended up changing to Q Figs for obvious reasons. And then also Jada Toys with their metal die-cast figures. They had some figures that were like close to the size of Pops. I picked up some of those, especially some of their Batman figures, but they had some different DC characters. They had Marvel characters as well, and they still do figures, but not as often as they used to. But I saw this item at Target. It really grabbed my attention. So this is actually a set of Marvel figures here, and you see it says Metal Figs there, again by Jada Toys, and it just really grabbed my attention. Now I have seen some of their recent DC ones, and they're about the same size as well. They also do these nano figs, which are really tiny, and it's like a large selection of characters, so you can track those down if you're interested. But yeah, this one just really grabbed my attention. It is a Target exclusive. Of course, we have Spider-Man here looking pretty awesome. I really like this Miles Morales with the hood on. That is a very cool design. And then, of course, we have this blue Venom as well. So I will be taking these out of the packaging, and they will go in different areas of my collection. My Venom collection is off to the side over there. I've shared it on the channel and on social media just in general. I shared my Venom collection previously. But yeah, the Venom will go over there. I do have some Miles Morales figures that are mainly in two different locations within my collection, but I'll put this with one of those sets. And then a Spider-Man, it'll be pretty easy to find a spot for him. I have a good number of Spider-Man spread around in my collection. But yeah, these figures are pretty cool, and I did see their recent DC ones that they did as well, and they're the same size at Five Below. They had a new Superman, Batman, Wonder Woman, so they got the Trinity, and then I think they have the Flash as well, and I may go back for that set eventually. But yeah, like I said, it's been a good while since I bought anything from Jada Toys. These were a little bit more common a couple years ago, especially when Toys R Us was still you know, spread around in the United States, yeah, before they went through their whole change and everything. But yeah, this is a pretty cool set. You could definitely track this down at Target if you are interested in it. As far as the Funko Pops are concerned, I am going to start off with the new Old Man Logan. Now, Funko has done him previously, but they did a version of him that didn't have the hat. I really like the look of the cowboy hat and just how rough it looks as well. And he is in a different pose than that original Pop. So yeah, really like the look of this one. And this is part of the 50th anniversary set for Wolverine. You see the other commons here on the back. I'm not worried about the other commons. I already like the Weapon X that I have, the original one. I really don't feel like I need the new one. Then these yellow and blue suit Wolverines, they're cool, but I'm not a big fan of them. I'm not to the point that I need them in my collection. I have some other Wolverine figures as well anyway. But also, you know, when it comes to this style of Wolverine with this particular suit, I actually do prefer the brown and yellow suit more. So when that one drops on Funko.com, I will be going for that. And I'm also going to go for that 2-pack that is coming to Funko.com, the one that has Wolverine versus Sabretooth, basically. You know, it's a 2-pack of those characters. So I will be picking up those items once they drop on Funko.com. Yeah, but for right now, just going with this Old Man Logan figure. Again, that's a common item. They're pretty easy to add to your collection if you're interested in that one. Then I do have here a PX Previews exclusive figure, which I pre-ordered with Entertainment Earth. So we have here the Diamond Mr. Sparkle, which I think is a great looking figure. It's a Simpsons Pop, of course, you know, because this is it's not actually Homer. It's just a character that was created, I think, from a Japanese company that ended up looking like Homer. You know, it's a really weird thing. I know there's like some mystery behind it. Homer trying to figure out why this ad icon or whatever you want to call it actually looked like him. And I think it was just a combination of two different things. I think a light bulb and a fish or something. It was, I don't know, it's something weird, some weird combination that ended up looking like Homer, and that's why the figure resembled him. I can't remember the episode super well, but I think this is a pretty cool looking figure here, and it is diamond, of course. That means it has the glitter paint job. Looks like it might have some translucency with the bubbles as well, but I will get this out in a moment. We'll take a closer look at it. The box here looks like it got just a little bit squished up. It's not too bad though, really nothing major there. But again, Mr. Sparkle, that is a PX Previews exclusive. I actually do have another PX Previews exclusive item. I'll get to that in just a moment. But I have two more commons here first. Really happy to have these figures in my collection now. And here, so we have Ren and Stimpy in their space suits. So we have here Space Madness Ren. Okay, Ren Hoek there. Really like the look of that. And then, of course, we have Stimpy, and you can feel the difference in the weight with Stimpy. Space Madness Stimpy. Now, even though I went ahead and got these two common figures, you know, sometimes Funko will take commons and put them together in a 2-pack or whatever it may be. If they decide to do that with these two particular figures, then I actually will get the 2-pack, and then I'll just either trade these off or put them in my prize pool, whatever it may be, because I actually would prefer them in a 2-pack, but they're fine separate for right now. So yeah, I'll be getting these out to take a look as well. And yeah, it's just those 2 figures on the back there, and there's still so much more they could do with Ren and Stimpy. We'll see if anything else comes along in the near future. And then the other PX Previews exclusive item that I have here is this Invincible moment. And of course, this is based directly on the Amazon series, the animated series, not the comic. So we have here Omni-Man and Invincible, and of course, Invincible is pretty beat up there, from his fight with Omni-Man. And I really like the look of this. So it's PX Previews exclusive. It doesn't have a number to it. It's not limited. Sometimes with PX Previews exclusive, they may be limited to like around 10,000 pieces or more. I'm not sure if I've seen too often lower than that with PX Previews exclusives. This is also meant to be like a free comic book day item. So some comic book stores will actually have this in store. But yeah, I did a pre-order with Entertainment Earth, so I already got mine, and some other companies will carry this also. As far as their standalone pops are concerned, I don't think they show them on, they don't show them on the back, but there is a common Omni-Man, and then he has a blood splattered variant, and there's a common Invincible, and he has a battle damage variant. It's kind of funny because this is kind of those, but in a different pose, basically. But then there's also a standalone Adam Eve, which if Funko doesn't do another variant with that Adam Eve, then maybe I will go ahead and get that common, because I really do like that character. And there's supposed to be some more on the way with Invincible in the near future, so I will be checking to see which characters they decide to do. I really do like some of the characters in that series. But yeah, this is pretty awesome looking here. I will be getting this out of the box as well. In fact, I'm going to go ahead and do that. We'll take a closer look at all of these pops here, as well as those metal figs. So I have everything out of the packaging here now. Here's that close-up look of that Spider-Man figure, and again, because it is metallic, it shines really nicely. Pretty cool. I like the pose that he's in as well. It's a very Spider-Man pose. He even has, you see the fingers in position there to use his webbing, so that is pretty cool. Really do like that. Now the Miles Morales, I do have to lay it down. This table is not perfectly flat. This does want to lean forward some. I'll show you real quick. Yeah, so, but I don't think I'll have that issue when I place it elsewhere in my collection. So just like I said, this table is not perfectly flat here. And if there is an issue with it standing, what I do sometimes with figures is I'll put like that sticky putty on the bottom of their feet to help hold them in place, for out-of-box items. But yeah, I really love the look of the hoodie on this figure. I feel like I don't see that a whole lot with Miles Morales. It tends to be just him in the super suit, basically his superhero suit. But yeah, this is a very cool looking figure. Yes, but I'm gonna have to lay it down for right now. The Venom does stand very well balanced here. And of course, I love the tongue hanging out there with the green slime basically going on there. Pretty cool. And this will fit in. I do actually have the blue Venom from Funko as well. I actually have it out of box. Some of the older Venom pops, I just have them out of box. I just prefer that look of them. I don't plan to sell them at any point anyway, so I don't mind having them out of box. But yeah, the original run of Venom pops from Funko, I do have those out of box up there in my collection. Let's get to the Funko pops here. So like I said, with this Old Man Logan, I really love the beat up hat there. I actually did read the Old Man Logan storyline. It was really well done, and the Logan movie did take some aspects of it, but it's very different though, very different. If you've not read the Old Man Logan storyline, it's totally worth it if you're a Wolverine fan especially, and there are a lot of other Marvel characters that play a role within it. And of course, he has on his duster jacket there that's beat up as well. You see the tears and everything in it. Pretty cool looking. And the claws are well done, or a little bit bent on this hand, but I could work those out. It's not a big deal. Yeah, not a big deal. They're pretty easy to move, but yeah, very cool Old Man Logan there. And of course, I'm very much looking forward to Deadpool and Wolverine. The new pops that just got revealed and available for pre-order. I did not pre-order those just yet. I'm waiting to see what all they do with Deadpool and Wolverine. I'm pretty sure there's going to be a big variety, so I'll just wait until some more pops get revealed before I pre-order anything or decide to pick anything up. So Mr. Sparkle here looks really good. I love the detailing with this pop. Like I said, the bubbles are translucent. The light kind of passes through, and the actual water effect, has the glitter on it. Like, this is a really well done figure here. And then there's that product, that I was kind of talking about before. So this is a mascot basically that just happens to look like Homer. That is so cool looking. I think Funko's done a great job with the Simpsons. There are a lot of Simpsons pops, and I know there's some more that people want to see, especially with side characters. But I would say definitely look, if you're, especially if you're new to collecting, look and see everything that Funko has done with the Simpsons. They have a big variety. They've done a lot with the Treehouse of Horror as well. Like, they've done some really great things, and that's yet another great Simpsons pop. And then of course Poochie, I think that's the character's name, that just released as well with C2E2. And I think it's actually still available at the time of me recording this, so you can track down that figure if you're interested. So here we have Ren and Stimpy in their spacesuits. And this is such a great expression for him. The expressions very much fit the characters. Stimpy with his tongue hanging out there, Ren looking angry as usual. Yeah, the helmets are really well done. You see his ears poking through in the back there, which of course for the sake of a spacesuit doesn't make sense, but it's a cartoon. They don't have anything in their hands, and I'm fine with that. It's just Ren in an angry pose there. I can't even remember if they used any type of weapons or anything in that particular episode. It's been so long since I've seen it. And even Stimpy's pose is very fitting. A little bit sloppy with the paint over here, but that's not a big deal. Though these are pretty cool pops here. And I do have the Happy Joy 2-pack. Really love having that in my collection. They did, I think, Dorbs of that set as well. I can't remember if I ever got that or not. But yeah, I really do like Ren and Stimpy. I used to watch it all the time back in the day. It's a really crazy series. It's actually amazing that series made it onto Nickelodeon, because there are some very adult things in that cartoons. But yeah, I'm still a big fan of Ren and Stimpy. A lot of great memories as well. So here we have this Invincible moment. Omni-Man versus Mark. I keep wanting to say Mark instead of Invincible because, of course, he refers to him as Mark. But yeah, this is very cool. And of course, that pose that he's doing there, that think, Mark, think, a lot of people reference that. Yeah, the rock here all damaged and everything is a really nice backdrop as well for this particular moment. And he's just so bloodied up. I know that in the comics it gets even bloodier, I think, than the animated series, but they're starting to get even more violent with it. So it's definitely not for young people, basically. It's definitely geared towards adults. A lot of adult things within that series. But I really am loving Invincible. It was a little bit odd how they did the second season with that long gap. Just 4 episodes, that big gap, and then another 4 episodes. Maybe things will be smoother in the future. We'll see what happens with that. But yeah, very happy to have this moment here. And yeah, Adam Eve, I may add her to the collection. We'll see what happens with that. But yeah, this is just so awesome. If you're a big fan of Invincible, definitely let me know which characters you want to see made as pops. I think one of the main ones I'd like to see actually is, I think the character's name is Battle Beast, if I'm not mistaken. I really like that character. He's really tough. So I'd like to see him. He kind of reminds me of Thundercats as well. And yeah, there's some other cool characters. We'll see what Funko decides to do. I would imagine that at some point they would do the twins. I can't think of their names right now. They're not really twins, but the clones. Maybe at some point they'll do them. We'll see what happens. But like I said, let me know which characters you would like to see from Invincible. And let me know in general what you think about the items that I shared in this video. Are you going to add any of these to your own collection? And what have you added to your collection recently? Thank you all so much for taking the time to check this out. And I will talk to you all again real soon.